Hello, everyone. This is episode number 156 of At Odds with the Unbreakable Spirit.
And the Executioner, Daniel Travos.
I knew that was coming. I am Matthew Smith, aka the Unbreakable Spirit. You can see our lovely faces, and I have WWE merch on. We're gonna run through the topics, and why I point that out will make sense.
1.
Where we think the Bloodline story is going.
Number 2.
Samantha Irvin's WWE departure after 3 years.
What? Number 3.
Halloween Havoc is this Sunday, meaning it's time for another, this time spooky, prediction battle. But first, let's talk about the Bloodline. So obviously the Bloodline has started a civil war sort of thing now.
Yeah.
I feel like that's almost like too obvious to say. Like,
no shit.
I'm pretty sure War Games is next month for them.
Yes. No. But I think obviously I think War Games is next, but who Roman has? Maybe Jay, maybe Sammy, maybe they get some. Maybe they get
Maybe somehow they get Zillifa too.
maybe Zillified too. Maybe we don't know how The Rock is gonna be involved. Maybe The Rock could have Hikaleo. Should represent him.
Yeah, Hikaleo joined his brothers, Jacob and Solo.
No.
I said his brothers, plural. I didn't, okay, maybe I didn't say Tonga and Tangaloa.
Yes.
But you know what I meant.
Yeah. Now where this Bloodline storyline goes after War Games, my honest guess is there'll be a match, a big match, maybe at like Royal Rumble or something, where you got Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu for the Ulafala.
You mean Solo Sikoa?
Yeah, Solo Sikoa. Sorry, Jacob Fatu would be a better tribal chief because he's a beast.
Yeah.
But I can also see, before I let you speak your piece here, there's two ways I could see this going. Either I could see this leading to a match between Roman and The Rock for next year at WrestleMania, or B, I could see it going Rock versus.
Oh good, I did start the timer.
I could see it great. I could see it going Rock versus Cody, if Cody is still champion.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry for trying to get there.
Those are the two things I could see going down. What about you?
Okay, so I'm pretty sure one of the matches at Mania is gonna be Rock versus Roman.
Yes.
Because like they even hinted at that at the most recent at Bad Blood, which you were there, so you obviously know.
Yes.
But in terms of like, I think the Usos have to get back together now. Like Jacob Fatu cost Jay the Intercontinental title.
Yeah. That's completely fair. And to be honest, I also think that well, I honestly don't really know if Sammy's gonna be involved in this, because since he was a part of the OG. But maybe I'm not really. Sammy does make sense, but I don't know if it would make sense if Roman would want to team up with this guy because of how he.
Because of Roman's inability to sense when someone's going to hit them from behind with a steel chair.
That!
Yeah,
But,
that's that. But like, if it happens twice, you're kind of asking for it the second time.
yeah. I also think that, I mean, don't get me wrong, but I also feel like from this Bloodline storyline, to lead up, if you want to like get some really money making matches, Jacob Fatu versus Roman Reigns. Book it.
Yeah.
Have Roman go through Jacob and have it be an implicator like, hey, if he goes through Jacob, you could have some big implications for the bloodline.
then Roman and Solo have a ladder match for the Unafala.
Ladder match or tribal combat or bloodline rules.
Is there honestly a difference between tribal combat and bloodline rules, other than tribal combats between two members of the Anoa'i dynasty?
I don't know, but anyway, not important. I honestly, during this whole rivalry with the bloodline is this rivalry could go either way, but it's just I don't know if Roman Reigns honestly as a babyface is working.
Really?
It's weird. It's weird that Roman Reigns is a babyface as a tribal chief character. It's weird to see.
Well, currently, I guess he isn't really the tribal chief because Solo's the one running the bloodline.
Mm,
He's the OTC, the original tribal chief, or the only tribal chief, one of the two, I don't know.
yeah, what's your thoughts?
My thoughts are first, I gotta shut the timer up. And secondly, my final thoughts, I guess I'll go first for this, are with the bloodline being in a civil war sort of thing, and the High Chief, The Rock, potentially being involved somehow. We don't know how, we don't know why. I'm intrigued to see where the NYE bloodline goes next.
Yeah. I will agree. I am intrigued to see where it goes, but my I also think that if they do have this, have like you could do like an I. Maybe what they could just do like an I acknowledge match instead of like an I quit match. You have like an I acknowledge match or
An
something.
acknowledge me match?
Yes.
That would just give Roman an excuse to shout at Solo, acknowledge me.
but yeah, you could do that. I'm very intrigued to see how The Rock gets involved and who else from the NY family is going to get involved because we all know more people than Jacob the Tomatongas and Solo are going to be involved. I think there's going to be a lot more. Maybe Zilla, maybe Hikuleo. Who knows who else they could bring in involved in this shit?
Yeah, because the NY family is ginormous.
Yes. And I'm very, like I said, and I'm very, very intrigued to see what The Rock meant when he did the 1, 2. Who was that important
Yeah,
to? Was it to Roman and Jimmy? Or was it to Cody? Or was it to all three?
I think it was all the above.
Alright.
Anyways, we'll be right back with topic number 2.
Hello, everyone. We are back with topic number 2. Samantha Irvin leaves WWE?
Yeah,
What?
it was surprising, but also at the same time not, considering her I don't know if he's hubby or fiance still.
I think fiance still.
Ricochet is currently all elite. But he already disproved that she is not going to AEW. Honestly, her talents would be wasted there. They got Justin Roberts. They're fine.
So would have but they would have two really good ring announcers though.
Yeah.
But in my honest opinion, like her leaving WWE was just a big. When I saw that online on Monday, I was a big, what? Like that honestly totally caught me by surprise. I mean, because I don't really see why she would. I could see her going back into music, but like really, or maybe like spending time with her kid because she does have a kid. But
Yeah, I did hear that online.
But that's like the only two logical reasons because like she's one of like I'm gonna say this one of the best ring announcers.
Well, I heard that Samantha actually wanted to do music on as like a side job while working for WWE, and WWE denied her.
Really?
Yeah, she has a great voice. You've heard her sing, dude.
Yeah, I mean I know, but like come on WWE. If you're gonna have wrestlers appear in movies and TV
Yeah,
shows,
if you can make 2 albums for Elias, why can't you let Samantha Irvin show the world her golden pipe?
yeah, that's a fair point. Like it's a bit like. So let me get this straight. If someone wants to make some money outside of WWE, that's a big no-no.
I mean, that's why Mandy Rose got fired.
I mean, like, if you ask me, that's just dumb.
Yeah, yeah, because for those who don't understand why we brought Mandy Rose, wrestlers are technically called independent contractors, meaning they sign a contract with you and they work for you. But that doesn't mean they can't do other things outside of your company, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, like, I've heard, like, Mandy Rose is making a couple billion with the B.
Well, yeah, but we're not here to talk about the former God's Grace creation, whatever nickname she went by. We're here to talk about arguably one of the most creative ring announcers we've ever heard in our entire time watching wrestling.
Yeah, but I mean, like, some of the people, like, she got to announce, like, Roman Reigns, The Rock, Undertaker, like, Triple H to the ring, like.
Yeah, and the way she did it was so creative.
Chelsea Green.
Yeah, or Maxine Dupree.
Or the way she introduced Gonta.
Yeah. And like now we have Lillian Garcia back, who actually said that Samantha was doing a great job while when Lillian made a random appearance on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, I mean, like, hey.
Hell, Samantha even got praise from Bruce Buffer.
Like, damn. You know you're doing something right when Bruce Pritchard's like.
Yeah, when the guy who's like, let's get ready to rumble, is giving you praise. Even if he got Jeff Hardy's last name wrong.
Yeah. Random fact here. Did you know that that Bruce Buffer and the guy that says the UFC announcer and that what was it? The guy that does the Let's Get Ready to Rumble and it's time for UFC are brothers?
I did not know that.
Random fact.
But yeah, trying to get back on topic, where do you think Samantha goes from here?
Music.
Yeah, I think that it'll give her a lot more leniency and time to spend with her daughter.
Yeah, which I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm completely fine with that. as a professional wrestling fan here, just speaking from my gut here, is that like if I ran a wrestling company and someone wants to make money outside of my company, I don't care. They're making money.
I literally saw someone on Facebook say that she was overacting her introductions as a ring announcer. I'm like,
That's the entire point.
yeah. She was. I replied to the comment. I'm like, you mean Samantha? She was adding her own pizzazz to her introductions.
Yes. And then hell, her last WrestleMania that she did, she was the ring announcer for both fucking nights.
Yeah, she did both nights. She's done tons of events just by herself.
Yeah.
Like, uh, I just stopped the timer on accident because it went off. But yeah, do you want to do your final thoughts first since I went first last topic?
Uh, my honest final thoughts is I'm very honestly shocked that Samantha Irvin left the WWE, and like it is completely stupid, in my humble opinion, that WWE won't allow people to make music or whatever the hell outside of what they do because you would think it'd help them bring name
Yeah, like
notoriety back to
WWE was having
hey
people like shut down their
hey
cameos and stuff like that.
hey my thoughts. But
Sorry.
making money outside of WWE, you would think would bring their name value back to the WWE because they're making money outside of your company. But if you're just gonna let have people not let people do that, then what's the point of like if I'm gonna do this one thing, why can't I do other things? That's my final thoughts.
Yeah, and sorry for interrupting you, but yeah,
Yeah,
like WWE for some reason for like a while now has had problems with people making money outside of. They even had Biggie shut down his cameo. Don't know why he would do cameo, but there's that apparently. But what you said about like bringing their name like recognition and stuff outside WWE, that would actually benefit them because people would want to see what they do other than like music or acting or stuff like that. And that would lead more fans to WWE. But my final thoughts, I'm going to keep them short, sweet, and to the point.
you're like
Samantha, you are going to be missed hearing you on Mondays. And I wish you best of luck in what you do. And I hope to listen to some music that you produce, hopefully.
uh,
But we'll be right back with the prediction battle. And we are back with the third and final topic. This match card is coming from cagesightseats.com. I want to correct my source so we don't get flagged for plagiarism. But it is the NXT Halloween Havoc 2024 prediction battle. The first time it is acting as a premium live event for NXT. Honestly, it should have been that a few years ago, but whatever. But before we get into the match card, we might as well reveal the punishment. The loser will have to watch Halloween 3 Season of the Witch,
cool, great,
which is
moving
the only
on.
one without Michael Myers. Anyways, the first match that I'm seeing on this card is the Devil's Playground match for the NXT Championship. Trick Williams, the champion, will be defending his title against All Ego Ethan Page.
The rubber match.
Yeah,
Kind of. Well, yeah, because Ego won a fatal four way back at Heat Wave. Then Trick won the title back. So yeah, rubber. Um,
yeah.
um, I'm gonna go with all Ego because I feel like Ego is willing to go to with this being another like an anything goes match. If all Ego is willing to go to the depths of the devil to win this chip just to get an opportunity to win this title, imagine what he's going to be willing to do to make sure he wins.
Yeah. And I was going to go with Trick anyways. So, anyways, on to the next match. The next match is for the NXT Men's North American Championship in a tables, ladders, and scares match. Obafemi will be challenging the champion, Tony D'Angelo, for the North American title.
Which is a sentence I never thought we'd be saying that ever. For as Obafemi challenging.
Yeah. I just think the pun of the match stipulation name is terrible.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Obafemi.
Shocker.
But I also can't see Obafemi, if he doesn't win, going after the NXT title.
Yeah.
And then good luck getting that title off of him.
Well, I think that John is gonna have Oba sleeping with the fishies by the end of the night, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
Anyways, apparently a member of Fatal Influence will be gaining North American title shot. The article actually does not say which member, stupidly.
Oh no.
Anyways, so I think by now it might be obvious if you saw NXT. Julia and Stephanie Van Cor are fighting. I think it's Fallon Henley and JC Jane at Halloween Havoc. No, wait. No, wait. They're fighting Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. And again, anyways, that'll be later.
Yeah.
Note to self, next time get a better source. So, do you want to choose the Fatal Influence member or Kalani?
Fatal Influence member.
Okay.
What's next?
You mean after me trying to spell this correctly with one finger? Let's see. Next is the ambulance match. Rich Holland versus Andre Chase.
Okay. You're not gonna do like something. You're not gonna do a casket match? Come on.
Well, to be fair, Andre did recently get released from the hospital, so you know.
I'm gonna go with Rich Holland.
Okay.
What is there any other matches?
Yes, I accidentally alluded to one earlier.
Alright,
the next match that is on this card, and I don't know if it's the final match or not, is and this is the last match that's listed. I'm gonna look and see who the Fatal Influence is after this. Julia and Stephanie Van Keur versus Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade.
two of NXT's biggest signings. Team me up.
Versus the current NXT Women's Champion and her former tag team partner when they were NXT Women's Tag Team Champions.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Roxanne and the other one.
Yeah, I just realized we each did that thing where we went babyface and heel and I was gonna choose Roxanne and Stephanie. Julia and Stephanie anyways because they can't sign Stephanie so recently and have her lose her first match. Like, come on, WWE. You'd be messing up if you did that. I'm not saying Roxanne needs to be pinned, and I know Cora recently returned, so honestly, this match could go either way, but I'm still going to choose Julia and Steph.
Cool.
Anyways, reminder, the loser will have to watch Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. That's all the topics we have. We'll see you next week with the results, probably.
Bye.
Deuces.